So I put this thing away and never really got back on the machine. I had run out in the taper. I could never figure out what this mill was. That's when I got my Atlas mill. And so I turned all my attention to the Atlas at that point. You can see all the comments about this jungle gym of pulleys, and it is just a mess. When I bought my Atlas, it came with a vertical attachment that some joker welded. The overarm on the Jefferson is 1 inch 552 thousandths. The shaft, which is technically the Atlas, that's what this was built for, this and this plate here, is 1.5 inches. So we got 50 thousandths difference in size. Luckily, I'm going to go ahead and turn down that axle shaft that I was just annealing in my little fire pit, if you will. The great thing about working between centers is that you can always take that workpiece out and check for fit. That's a nice fit, even with my chatter marks. Wow, talk about a bunch of junk. Look at all this. What was I thinking, man? Look at that, just convoluted mess. Alright, I'm not sure how well you're picking that up on screen there. I just hand drew out a plate that I'm going to create to raise up the vertical head. And I'm going to raise it by about 4 inches. 4 inches on center. I'm also going to have 2 holes, 1/4 20. First of all, I didn't feel like wasting another bar for a cutter, which I may come across having to use again in the future. I may not. So this is actually a test bar that I made about a year or 2 ago, and it's really just been sitting around, and I use it once in a while. I had about 3 inches on the end here, and I figured I would just turn it down and make a centerline boring bar. The cutter way out here in the center of the bar, I'll have a little bit more rigidity. At least that's my thought. I don't know. We'll find out. I've never done centerline boring, so this is all new to me. My plates are fastened together with 1/4 20 bolts. I still have these clamps. They could probably come off, but I'm not going to take them off. There may be that possibility that the ends could open up ever so slightly, so we're keeping those on there. You can see the entire bar and the tailstock back there. It's oscillating. It's probably because I'm taking too big of a cut. I mean, it's a small lathe. As I take each spring pass, that oscillation removes itself with every pass. So when I get to my final dimension, I'm going to be taking a bunch of passes, higher speed, small depth of cut, and we will have that completely gone, and it'll give it a nice finish. That's a real nice fit. Nice. That is a good fit. Exactly what we wanted. So you can see here we're going to hit the back here. I don't have enough travel in the, is that Y? Yeah, in the Y. I can't do it in that orientation. So I'm going to have to present the work to the side. And alright, just taking a look here at my setup currently. We're not done yet. I'm still playing around and figuring this out. So I couldn't just put this edge up against the way for the knee. So what I did was I put it on a 1, 2, 3 block. It's clamped in, and I'm aligning this face with the 1, 2, 3 block, so it's going to press up against there, so it slides into position. So that means this is now square to the mill. I'm still going to clamp on the front here, and I'm going to slide this 1, 2, 3 block underneath here for support. I only have 2 1, 2, 3 blocks. So what I don't like is that this side is unsupported. It actually hangs over the back of the table. It does clear. I'm not going to hit on the cutter. I'm not going to hit on the top of this because the table will be up and my approach will come in right here at the side. I know. Is that making you nervous that I'm touching with the glove? One other thing to look at, this is the largest cutter that I have, 4-inch across. This barrel here, luckily I didn't make it any bigger than what it currently is, because we need to cut about 1.25 inches of material across this span here, and I got just 1.25 inches as I touch that nut there. So this is going to be very, very close. Having never done this before, I'm curious. I know I've read that these things always have run out. It just seems to be the nature of the beast. They really only cut on a couple of teeth. I'll be curious as to how well this Atlas mill can endure it, especially with the fact that in an ideal world I would have the original arbor and I'd have the overarm support. That would be really nice right about now, but we don't. Yeah. Sheared the sidewall of the pulley right off.